Health alert for those over 65. What if I told you that there is a set of specific actions performed in the first 60 minutes of your day that science indicates are capable of reversing biological markers of aging? It may sound like an internet promise, but this is not a fiction script. It is a reality based on pure physiology. Doctors and longevity researchers suggest that how you start your morning can determine not only how your day will be, but how many quality years you will have ahead of you. What you will discover in this video is crucial to understanding the difference between aging and getting sick. Stay with me, because the following information may be the most important you will hear today to ensure your autonomy in the coming decades. The problem, after all, what is healthy aging? Scientifically, we are not just talking about adding years to life, but about adding life to years. There is a dangerous gap that worries geriatricians and scientists around the world. The period between the moment we start to get sick and the end of life. For many, this period is marked by dependence and fragility. But let's clarify something very important. Recent studies, including research from renowned institutions such as Harvard and USP, indicate that this fragility is not a mandatory sentence. It is, in large part, the result of incorrect biological signaling that we send to our bodies daily. Today, we will explore the morning protocol that shields your biology. We will separate the facts from the alarmism and focus on what really works to keep your mind sharp and your body strong after 65. Hydration as a survival mechanism. Let's start with the basics, which are often ignored with serious consequences. During sleep, your body goes through a natural process of dehydration. You lose fluids through breathing and perspiration. Scientifically, this results in an increase in blood viscosity in the early morning hours. In simple terms, this means that your blood becomes thicker, harder to pump. It's no coincidence that medical statistics show a higher incidence of cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks and strokes, precisely in the morning. This is where the first non-negotiable habit comes in. Before coffee, before any food, immediate rehydration. But it's not just about drinking water, it's about reactivating the metabolic system. When you ingest about 300 to 500 milliliters of water upon waking, you are sending an activation signal to your internal organs. You dilute the blood concentration, making the heart's work easier and instantly improving brain oxygenation. It's important to put these numbers into context. A dehydrated brain, even slightly, loses cognitive ability, memory, and reaction speed, critical factors in preventing falls and domestic accidents in this age group. Therefore, the first step is not optional, it is a biological safety measure. The fight against sarcopenia and muscle activation. Now we need to talk about a silent enemy, sarcopenia. Scientifically, sarcopenia is the progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength associated with aging. It is a real threat that begins to accelerate dramatically after age 60 if left untreated. Many believe that at this age, rest is the best strategy. But let's separate fact from fiction. Excessive rest is actually an accelerator of aging. The human body operates under the law of use. What is not used is discarded to conserve energy. The second essential habit is intentional movement in the first 20 minutes of the day. I'm not talking about running a marathon or lifting Olympic weights. I'm talking about cell signaling. Research from the University of São Paulo and publications in the U.S. National Academy of Sciences confirm that regular physical exercise acts as a potent, natural anti-inflammatory and a stimulator of cellular metabolism. By stretching, doing yoga, tai chi, or taking a light walk in the morning, you release myokines, substances produced by muscles that protect the brain and heart. In simple terms, morning movement tells your body, we still need this musculature, we still need this bone structure. This combats joint stiffness that often leads to immobility. At these times, laziness or mild pain don't help at all, but discipline and consistency are essential. The goal is to lubricate the joints and slightly raise the heart rate, preparing the cardiovascular system for the demands of the day. Sunlight and the circadian rhythm. The third pillar is perhaps the most neglected by traditional medicine, but it is fundamental to modern neuroscience: exposure to natural light. We evolved under sunlight, but modern life has confined us indoors. The problem is that your body needs to know what time it is to regulate its hormones. This is what we call the circadian rhythm. In the morning, your body needs a healthy peak of a hormone called cortisol. Many people demonize cortisol as the stress hormone, but let's clarify something very important. In the morning, cortisol is your friend. It is the hormone of wakefulness, focus, and energy. It signals the body to wake up, increases body temperature, and prepares the immune system. For this cortisol peak to occur at the right time, your eyes need to receive natural light, preferably direct sunlight, but without sunglasses and without glass windows filtering the rays if possible, for 10 to 15 minutes. This activates specific cells in your retina that communicate directly with the hypothalamus, the control tower of your brain. If you don't receive this light, your biological clock falls behind. The consequence? You feel tired during the day, and worse, your body will not produce enough melatonin at night. The quality of your nighttime sleep is built on your exposure to morning light. And we know that, after age 65, fragmented sleep is a risk factor for Alzheimer's and dementia. Therefore, opening the windows or going out into the yard is not just pleasant, it's a medical prescription for brain health. Strategic nutrition and the eating window. Now let's talk about fuel. What you put on your plate for the first meal dictates your glycemic response for the rest of the day. A study from Massachusetts General Hospital found interesting correlations between the timing and quality of breakfast and longevity. But the real risk today lies in the excess of refined carbohydrates and sugars that make up the traditional Brazilian breakfast. White bread, cakes, sugar, and coffee. After age 65, insulin resistance tends to increase naturally. This means your body has more difficulty processing sugar. If you start the day with a glucose bomb, you generate an insulin spike followed by a sharp drop which causes fatigue, mental fog, and excessive hunger. The recommendation from gerontology experts is to prioritize protein. Remember sarcopenia, the muscle loss we discussed? The only way to build or maintain muscle is by providing the necessary building blocks, which are the amino acids in protein: eggs, natural yogurts, white cheeses, seeds. By consuming protein in the morning, you stabilize your blood sugar levels. In simple terms, this means constant energy, without the highs and lows that cause discomfort. In addition, protein promotes satiety. That's why each meal should be planned with maximum attention. We're not talking about restrictive diets, but about functional nutrition. Are you eating to nourish your cells or just to satisfy hunger? The distinction is vital. The cognitive factor and purpose. Finally, there is a habit that is not physical, but mental. The blue zones, regions of the world where people live more than 100 years, have something in common besides diet: a sense of purpose. In Japan, they call it ikigai, the reason to get out of bed. Studies show that social isolation and lack of purpose are as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Include a moment of cognitive stimulation or connection in your morning. It could be reading a complex book, learning a new skill, or even planning how you will help someone today. The brain needs challenges to maintain neuroplasticity, the ability to create new connections. Retirement should not mean the end of contribution or learning. On the contrary, it is the time to invest intellectually in yourself. Conclusion: the habits we discussed here, strategic hydration, movement against sarcopenia, regulation by sunlight, protein nutrition, and mental stimulation, are not magic pills. They are biological maintenance tools. Aging is a natural process, but accelerated physical decline is often optional. The virus of inertia and poor diet is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous we know for the elderly. But our best defense is a well-informed public, not a passive one. Adopting these habits may not guarantee immortality, but the science is clear. They dramatically increase your chances of living your golden years with independence, lucidity, and strength. If you found this information useful and important, please share it with more people. Share this video in your family group with friends who need to hear this. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next health alerts. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay active, and stay safe.